Hey, all my Leo friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Teri Hunter. I'm an intuitive astrologer, angel therapy practitioner, Reiki master, and empowerment coach. And today I want to talk about your January forecast. We are going to be having the year starting off with some energies that are coming in and hanging over from 2022. So, before I start, let me just tell you that these videos are based on whole sign Western astrology. So you're going to look first for your rising, your moon, your sun, and then any stelliums. For me, I define stelliums as personal planets. 3 or more personal planets in one sign or house is going to indicate an intention from your soul about experiencing certain things during this lifetime. So you might want to check that out. If you're not sure what the personal planets are, they are the sun, the moon, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. So let's start off with the idea or the fact that on December 20th, 2022, Jupiter re-entered Aries. And this is fabulous because this is your 9th house. And Jupiter naturally rules the 9th house, and the sun is exalted in Aries. And you are ruled by the sun. So for me, this is a real opportunity between now and May 15th, 2023, give or take a day, depending upon where you are in the world, to really dig in and to be a pioneer, to be brave, to be courageous with your heart's desires. The commonality between Aries and Leo is they both represent an amount of courage, an amount of bravery, and self-expression. So this is an opportunity to really capitalize on what you want to birth in the year of 2023, because once Jupiter enters Taurus, it's going to be in your 10th house of career and public image. But we'll get to that later in the year. We also have the year starting with Mars retrograde in Gemini, which is your 11th house. It will be retrograde until the 12th of January, where Mars will move forward and continue through Gemini until March of 2023. We also have Mercury retrograde in Capricorn, which is your 6th house, and that will move forward on the 18th of January. So the first half of January, as far as action and thought goes, is really about a bit of reflection, about digging into Jupiter's 9th house energy and deciding what you believe, what you want for yourself, and in some respects, within your own mind, going into foreign territory that you have not experienced up until now. I think this is super powerful because Mars represents our action. Mars is often called the warrior planet. And in some ways, it dumbs down the idea that Mars is the hero. Mars is very Jupiterian in the sense that it's willing to go into uncharted territory. It's a pioneer. So here, Leo has an opportunity to really dig deep into what do I want to birth into my experience? What is my heart's desire? And kind of examine whether or not you're allowing yourself to be part of the audience. And I say that because with Mars and Gemini in your 11th house, you could be overly focused in on how other people will respond to you. And rather than allowing that to take the priority, I think it's really important for Leo to allow themselves to be the priority. What do I find fun? What do I want to express for myself? Where do I get excited about my talents and my gifts? Because with Mercury retrograde in your 6th house of health, but also your house of work, your house of service, how you're of service to others. So right now, rather than focusing in on the health aspect, I think this is about releasing any bonds that have enslaved you to a certain idea of what you are being and how you are being of service to others. And I think one of the things that humans neglect is that oftentimes chasing your own dreams, allowing yourself to be a priority and to experience the excitement of that is a gift to others. It is the best possible gift you can give to others. So I think this is a year when you can really individualize yourself to yourself, not necessarily to others. And in doing so, you open yourself up to more applause. That's the way I want to put it. People supporting your endeavors and supporting your vision. On the 2nd of January or the 3rd, depending on where you are in the world, Venus will enter your 7th house of Aquarius, where Saturn's been sitting for a while. Venus will feel liberated when she enters Aquarius. Saturn is, Capricorn is a little restrictive for her. She gets very focused in on security and money and creating structures to support that. Now, as she moves into Aquarius, we're going to see yourself get more focused on how am I allowing my talents, my gifts, my voice to be expressed within my partnerships. Having Aquarius be your 7th house, there's a little bit of an energy of, there can be unexpected things that happen in your partnerships, or there can be a bit of anxiety, sometimes even unexpected outbursts of anger, because Aquarius rules expect the unexpected. Here, with Mars going through your 11th house and Mercury going through your 6th house in retrograde, I think you're being offered an opportunity to review how you want to show up in all your partnerships, because oftentimes the 7th house is only really acknowledged as marriage partnerships, and it's professional as well, any contractual relationships. And the 7th house is always going to want to have a platform or a foundation of peace and harmony and fairness. So here, I think with Venus moving into your 7th house of Aquarius, it's real opportunity for you to redefine partnerships to yourself and to really assess if they're supporting the version and vision of what you want to move forward. On the 6th, we will have a full moon in Cancer, which is your 12th house. I will be doing a separate video on that. But for now, what I'd like to say is the 12th house is the house that sits behind me. It's the house that I cannot see. It is a house that is the last point of the physical experience before we I want to say zip, but slip into the collective consciousness before incarnating again. So I think that this full moon in Cancer is really going to give you an opportunity to reflect on your self-care. And when I talk about it, I'm not talking about, your physical self-care, whether you're painting your fingernails or exercising properly. I'm talking about your self-care, about your self-talk. What do you really believe about yourself? Are you nurturing yourself? Are you allowing those subtle urgings of your intuition that are supporting you, but also nudging you to allow for that expression, to allow for your creativity, to allow for your divinity to be birthed into this physical experience? And I think that there's going to be some sort of illumination. And it's not about judging or looking outside yourself for where there have been, stumbling blocks along the way, as much as it's an opportunity to say that was then and this is now. And now I am going to take the reins as the Leo of my own heart. And I'm going to start to support that in a way that then allows other people to experience me doing that so that they have a better definition of how they can too support me. On the 21st, we have a new moon in Aquarius at 1 degree. This is very significant because we're seeing a series of new moons that started with Sagittarius back in 2022. And then we saw that was Sagittarius was at 1 degree. Then the Capricorn new moon, 1 degree. Here we're seeing the Aquarius new moon at 1 degree. We will see the Pisces new moon at 1 degree. And then we will see the Aries new moon at the critical 0 degree on the world axis. So to me, this is a series of new moons where we're planting seeds in various houses of our chart in order to create a crop of bounty for us as we get into the time of harvest 6 months from now. So I think that's super important. We also have Venus and Saturn in the house while we're having this new moon. So digging deep into your heart, giving yourself permission to speak your voice to you. Venus rules the voice, both the singing voice and the speaking voice. And Saturn, again, is going to rule structure and building. And this is an opportunity to build a new version of your life and what you want. And it isn't about releasing the old, but using the old almost as the subflooring to your new home. On the 27th, we will see Venus move into Pisces, which is your 8th house of transformation, of other people's money, of the 8th house rules sex, but it really rules a deep psychology, a deep imprint of how we show up. The 8th house by nature can represent trauma and chaos. And in that, it changes our beliefs. So here, when I see Venus entering her best friend's house, Pisces, and this is really, doesn't feel like a traumatic transformation, but a very uplifting transformation as you allow Jupiter's continued expansion of you and who you are and what you want and your beliefs about yourself, as you allow your actions to be intentional versus reactionary. And you really consider on a deep level what makes you happy, and not in relation to another human, but in a relation to yourself as the co-creator of your life. I think this is going to set up and tee up a really amazing next few months, especially with all the new moons that are supporting the planting of these seeds and the nurturing of these seeds, and will ultimately support the harvest of those seeds. So enjoy January. Don't get too worried if it seems as if things aren't moving too rapid in the beginning. Again, we're going through the end of the retrogrades. We're going to get into the shadow period where they're slowing down and then changing their direction. So we're going to see things start to move forward more towards the second half of January. And I think that'll feel pretty good, shake it out a little bit. All right, everybody, that's me. Again, my name is Teri Hunter. I'm an intuitive astrologer. If you'd like to book a reading with me, my information is below in the description. And please join me on Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Pacific time, where we look at the week ahead's transits and we do readings and get the angels' advice for traversing those transits. We do that every Sunday morning. And while I'm taking the holidays off, the team and I are taking the holidays off, we will be resuming on January 8th, 2023, again, 11 a.m. Pacific time. So please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the comment button, share button, hit all the buttons. I love that. All right, I'll see you next month, everybody. Have a great month, Leo. Peace out.